down to the south, you can see even more flash flood emergencies still going down into Middleton, also into Northampton. But we do want to get back to our continuing coverage of the tornado warning in New York. Mike, it is just an unprecedented night for the Big Apple.
And talking about some of that rain, Colleen, a report out of Newark Airport, half an inch in 6 minutes. You do the math there, that's 5 inches an hour. Which is unheard of rainfall rates. I mean, that's more than a month's worth of rain in an hour's time, which is just going to have terrible consequences. This is why we have the flash flood emergency. To your point, that we do still have the tornado warning as well. This is going to go up around Yonkers, New Rochelle, so Bronx, New York, Westchester counties, all under tornado warning for us right now. Radar indicated tornado. This is going to go until 9:30 tonight. There's some rotation right here near Yonkers, maybe sliding just east of Yonkers for us tonight. We're going to zoom right down into this. I would say, right on top of Mount Vernon as we speak, I would say this. Just looking at the radar, it looks like the rotation may have weakened some. Now, don't let that lull you into false insecurity that there's nothing going on, because I think there's still rotation happening, and at the very least, I think you might have a funnel cloud here. But east 241st Street, up towards the East Lincoln Avenue, right in here, coming right through Mount Vernon. That's going to be a real tough spot for you tonight. Get to a safe spot in your building. So that means get to the lowest level, down to the ground level if you can, and take shelter inside an interior room on that ground level. So that would be get a half bathroom, a bathroom, you got a closet under stairwell, do that. If you got a basement, go there. If anyone in this area has a basement, go there. But I know a lot of us live in multiple story buildings here, so being up on the higher levels is not a smart place to be right now. If you got a neighbor or friend that you can go down to their unit, please do that. Let's time this out for you. So Chester Hill Park, 9:28. Mount Vernon's on top of you right now. Beachmont, 9:33. And in Bayberry Park, looking to be there about 9:35. Again, tornado warning with a tornado and a flash flood happening at the same time here for us in Manhattan, upper side here. So I'd say at this point, probably upper east side is the greatest risk area, then up I-95 here. Look at these rainfall rates. I mean, extreme. A rainfall rate that now exceeds 3 inches an hour in Manhattan. This is absolutely just insane amount of rain. Like, it's almost to the point where it's a sheet, right? Like, you can't even detect the individual drops that are coming down. It's coming down so heavy, it just seems like someone dropped a pool of water on top of you right now. But flash flood emergency ongoing for us in the metro. Tornado warning going for us. Well north of Central Park, all right? So again, up around Yonkers and points beyond that. But these rainfall rates are making everything worse. The tornado that we have is likely rain-wrapped. So it's only going to be detected by the radar, but trust the radar. These radars are really good. They're a high-caliber equipment. They can detect rotation even with all of that rain that's falling for us right now. But these rainfall rates between 2 and 3 inches an hour are really complicating matters for us tonight all across the New York metro. But we've had extreme flooding from around Philadelphia up through Edison, Elizabeth, Newark, New York, now up towards the Englewood Cliffs tonight. So we talked about the flooding risk, the tornado risk, but here's the deal. The tornado risk is going to go on for several more hours. In fact, right in the New York area and point south down toward Philly, tornado watch until 10, and then this one extends up into the tri-state here, so and even out on Long Island. So Long Island up through Connecticut, we have a tornado watch until 1 in the morning. What that means is there's a difference between a watch and a warning. A tornado watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form. They may not be happening at that moment, but be careful and be aware. A tornado warning means that a tornado is either imminent or it is happening at that moment, and you need to take immediate action to protect yourself. But look at all these warnings that are happening for us right now. Colleen, it's just kind of staggering to think that literally the most populated corridor in America is going through numerous flash flood emergencies where there's catastrophic flooding happening right now. Tornadoes have already touched down and destroyed homes, and we have a tornado warning in Manhattan tonight. This is really kind of worst case scenario. It's all happening after sunset.
Yeah, and that's what's making this extra dangerous. Not only do we have 2 major disasters going on at the same time, but this is happening at night after the sun is set. I want to remind everyone, I know if you're watching, you're in these areas and you're saying, hey, I live here, I know the area, I know what to do. This is extreme. I mean, these are rainfall rates that areas like this do not see very often. This is a rare occurrence on top of the tornado warnings that we've been seeing. So again, please exercise caution. We're taking a live look at the George Washington Bridge. Again, just going over the Hudson River. You can see all the rain that's falling. I mean, this is sheets of rain, and we have so much more coming into the city. You can see traffic down there trying to get by, but again, these are going to be, I mean, this is a concrete jungle in this area. It's not going to take much to see some problems on the roads. And then, of course, when you have rainfall rates of 3 inches per hour, even in some areas, seeing that in 30 minutes or so, you're going to start to see more problems arising as we continue deep into the night. So again, we're watching as traffic is hopefully going to be coming to a bit of a close, especially as this rain continues for the next several hours. But again, a very dangerous situation here unfolding for New York. We've been reading a lot of these different storm reports that are coming in. Many water rescues going on in parts of New York as well as New Jersey, Livingston and Essex County. They've had numerous water rescues in the area pulling occupants to safety. They've had roads closed in parts of New Jersey, also into parts of Richmond County, New York. They have cars stuck in floodwaters at Crystal and College Avenues. So if these are areas that ring a bell, they've had multiple instances where people are seeing their cars flooded and they're trapped. So again, do not put more first responders in danger by going out on the roadways. You got to stay put. You can see the rain just coming down. And as I mentioned earlier, this is just a fire hose. It's going to be at these big cities for several hours. And so that's what's making this dangerous is many of these areas are already under flash flood emergencies. And look at all the rain that is still to come from Philadelphia all the way up through Trenton, into Long Branch. We're getting south of New York City, very heavy rain that's still moving in the same direction. So just this training effect from the remnants of Ida is posing a significant threat to these big cities, and all those flash flood emergencies are still in effect there, all the way from Philadelphia up to New York City. So again, just very incredible to see. I want to take you live here back to New York. Look at this is the Times Square area. Look how empty it is. I mean, this isn't what we normally see. I mean, it's usually packed with people. I mean, I know it's a Wednesday night. It's almost 10 o'clock at night on the East Coast. But again, you usually would see a few folks out and about. We just see a few cars there, a taxi driving by. But the foot traffic has come to a stall. That's good news. Everyone's home. They're heeding the warnings. We have the flash flood warnings in place. We also have the tornado warning in place. So again, these areas, it's kind of a ghost town, a little eerie. Not only do we have this significant weather moving in, but thankfully everyone is staying inside. And that's what we're advising you to do as we head through tonight. So again, we do that flash flood emergency. Bronx, New York, we're including Manhattan, Queens. This goes until 11:30 Eastern time. So this is around Yonkers, New York. We're talking about Central Park. Staten Island earlier had lots of rain. Roads are closed in the area. So again, this is catastrophic flooding. And it's not over yet. That's what's the problem. We don't have a break from all of this significant rain that is coming through. And then as we continue up into parts of Connecticut, getting into Massachusetts, the Danbury area, getting into Waterbury, Hartford, look at what is on the way for you. These are the radar estimated totals. Look at these accumulations. Now, this is just in the past 6 hours. And much of this even probably has fallen in the past about 3 to 4 hours. And this is around over 9 inches of rain in and around New York. And as you saw earlier, we have a long train of thunderstorms, just a wall of water that's going to be moving out of parts of Pennsylvania and New Jersey and moving into the heart of New York. And then this will start to continue to move up into areas of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. So again, this is where we have this significant tag on here, this catastrophic tag with this flash flood emergency. I mean, this is things that you may not see. That's why I want to remind people. You may say, hey, I know the area. I know the areas that flood. Well, this isn't just your normal thunderstorm that's rolling through. And it's also rolling through at almost 10 o'clock at night. So very dark on the roadways there. Again, hopefully that means that folks are home. Again, all the kids back from school. We have a lot of folks home from work, so that could be the good news. But again, please stay put. Look at these rainfall rates, still holding at around 2 to 3 inches per hour. In and around New York, getting up around Hempstead, Oyster Bay, White Plains. This is moving towards you. Very, very heavy rain falling. And then on top of that, we've been tracking the severe weather that's embedded in this. So if you're thinking that, even though it's nighttime, you may go out, you may try to see some of this, that's what makes it absolutely. I mean, this rain is making it completely impossible to see anything, whether you be on the roadways, whether you're trying to look outside, see what's going on. So again, please stay put. We've also been reminding folks as we've had the significant severe weather and the flooding, be careful where you're going. Again, you want to get to that interior room, as many walls between you and the outside world, but you also have to be mindful of the flooding and those lower levels of your home, your apartment building, because we're going to be seeing this lasting far into the night. Mike, something that certainly we usually don't see here for parts of the Big Apple.
Colleen, we got a Mesonet report out of Staten Island, 1.6 inches of rain in 15 minutes, which would equate to 6.4 inches in an hour. I don't think I've ever seen a rainfall rate that intense before. The other big issue we're dealing with today has been tornadoes. Tornadoes touching down the Philadelphia metro area into New Jersey. Let's bring in meteorologist Jen Carpenter. She's on the scene with more from Mulligan Hill.
Yeah, Mike, take those warnings seriously, everyone. Take those warnings seriously. Here I'm live Mulligan Hills in New Jersey, where we're getting now the scene where at least 9 homes have had damage here in Mulligan Hills, and you can see how significant it is. It's even more significant than when I first drove in and was giving you a report on the phone just moments ago. Look at this house. There's only that one small section that is still left standing, and even that, the top floor is compromised, but the entire other 2/3 of it has been compromised significantly, and you can see that the walls are leaning. The top floor is gone from those parts, and there's a lot of debris strewn around this area. It's dark. It's still raining very heavily here, and of course that's complicating matters. From what I understand, everyone